Let's go to Canberra now. We've got some breaking news in our political editor, Andrew Clennell, is back on deck. Good to see you, Andrew. What do you got for us?
Well, I think if Anthony Albanese's intention was to split the coalition with his omnibus bill and these bills, he may have had some success even though he split the bills. I mean, the coalition looks like they're going to split on this legislation, as has been reported by us this morning. But my information is that's very much likely. And that David Littleproud told Shadow Cabinet last night they could only support the migration measures of hate speech. He told Susan Lee that, his party room. So it's very significant. We've both been around this place a while, Laura. There's no joint party room, right? So essentially there's been a Liberal party room and a National party room. That is highly unusual, as you know, because of legislation. And it seems to me geared to the fact they don't want Liberals to jump on the position of a lot of Nationals, which is that they can't support the hate laws.
So
and particularly a point of contention.
Is this just over this, or are we going to see this for the rest of 2026 where there's no joint party room meetings? Because, you know, that's scheduled in of the Tuesday or Monday of every week.
Yeah, well, it's just on this. So what does that tell you? So, look, I've been told it's unlikely the coalition will split generally, which has always been, it happened for a few days post-election. I'm told that's unlikely, that they'll actually split, but they'll split over these bills. Now, the bill will still pass the Senate because there's only 4 Nationals in the Senate, of course. So it's likely to still pass. But, gee whiz, it really highlights the division in the coalition. The Nationals are particularly exercised over on hate speech. It's called Division 114A, I'm told. And that means if you offend someone, essentially you can be prosecuted. And that includes psychological and economic harm. So an MP said to me, Laura, this morning, just say you come out and say Russia's invasion of Ukraine is unlawful and we should boycott Russian businesses. Yeah. Could this be one of the triggers, identifying an ethnic group and causing harm, psychological harm? Just say Pauline Hanson's burqa caused psychological harm to Muslims. Could one nation be listed? So they think it's too ambiguous, it's too broad brush, and that the minister gets involved with the AFP on it. And so the Nationals don't want to pass it, the majority of them, then? And that's where David Littleproud sits.
What's their solution?
Well, that's for you to ask David. Well, that's for you to ask David Littleproud. I'm the journalist, Laura. But what I would say is that what we see here is a situation where the Liberals are for the legislation, they're going to pass it, and the Nationals appear to be voting against it, and you may have a couple of people crossing the floor from the Liberals. Right. But that a joint party room has been avoided by Susan Lee, and that's the point I'm trying to make. It seems, in order to stop the highlighting of this division and in order to stop some Liberals believe them jumping on top of the Nationals' position and making it very hard for Susan Lee to get support for the bill through. So David Littleproud, as I understand it, David Littleproud has got, I think, latest legislation at 6:15 or something this morning. He's still trying to work through with the Nationals on it. But at this point, it very much looks like the Nationals will only vote for one section of it, which is that involving migration and being able to cancel visas a lot quicker. Right, OK. Well, might I humbly suggest that avoiding that joint party room has not avoided division at all, nor that making its way to the screen here on Sky News, courtesy of yourself. I find it extraordinary that after really Susan Lee's relentlessness over the summer, dragging the government kicking and screaming to a royal commission, that really she doesn't seem to have got any credit for that within the party. Well, you just don't. You've always got a problem with the Nationals, the Liberal Party. And, you know, David Littleproud, he's worried about his own leadership, but he too just doesn't look to give the Liberals anything. So it's not a Tim Fischer type scenario, you know. It's a scenario where the Nationals, as every man and woman for themselves, clearly spooked by the one nation threat. Barnaby defecting, why wouldn't you be? And you can see that's why they're acting the way they are at the moment. That's the situation. Even though Anthony Albanese has copped a big hit in terms of his initial response to Bondi, and the sheens come off after that election win, the opposition seem to be in even more strife and under Susan Lee's leadership, and I think this is another example of it today. I mean, how's it going to look in the Senate when the Nationals don't vote for it and the Liberals do? What a day.
Well, we'll leave it to you. I think it's going to be a late one for you as well, Andrew. Great to see you. Thanks so much for bringing that to us.